Hello, 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 dynamic people of God. I want to welcome you to another amazing session of the H.E.R International USA Experience. Wow. Women of Word, Worship, Wealth, Worth, and Warfare. And so I'm so excited to be here in this session. We're getting ready to talk about confidence savvy, emotional stability, with an amazing, dynamic, phenomenal woman of God. I had the pleasure of meeting this amazing woman at least about 6 years ago. And we've had the opportunity to collab and work with each other on numerous occasions. She is definitely on a mission to help women gain confidence, to help women to overcome or right um not obtain burnout. She's here to help women live life with ease as a transformational coach that will definitely help you increase your confidence. Wow, assisting you in living the life of your desire. She is a speaker, author, event producer, host, podcaster, or broadcaster, as well as a mother. And she is owning her sphere of influence in her own right. And I hope I said author as well. Listen, she just wears so many hats. And I, like I said, have the amazing opportunity to work with her. And we're still working together, doing great things to help advance the kingdom of God and equip women with the things that's necessary so that they may advance in their professional, personal, and spiritual life. So I want to bring to the stage none other than the dynamic, amazing, appointed, phenomenal woman of God, Keiaundria Ragland, my sister and my friend. Hey, girl, hey. I want to give you, you're on mute. You muted. You muted. You are muted.
Yes. Okay. Can y'all hear me now?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I am author, coach, workshop facilitator, CEO of She's Purpose Key, and I am glad to be with you all today.
Awesome. We're glad to have you, and I'm going to give you this stage so that you can let God use you in what you do.
Awesome, awesome. So I will be doing as she introduced me, I am here in Knoxville, Tennessee. I am an author. I am a coach, a faith purpose and burnout coach. And so today we are actually going to be talking on confidence, Shay. And so we just welcome you in the house for this wow moment. Hosted by Dr. Deron Shea, Kingdom Strategic. And we just thank you as you are watching us tonight. We believe as you are tuning in, as a woman of God, that you are a woman of word, that you are a woman of worship, worth, wealth, and warfare, right? And so, so I want you not to be shy tonight. I want you to participate. I want you to like, I want you to share, right? Because we are women of word, worship, worth, wealth, and warfare, right? And so as we already talked a little bit about who I am, an author, speaker, and a coach, Keiaundria Ragland. I am the CEO of She's Purpose key. And as you will see on the bottom of my presentation, there are many ways that you can follow me. There are many ways that you can connect with me. You can go to learn.She's Purpose Key subscription.org, and you can follow me on Facebook, She's Purpose Key, and LinkedIn at Keiaundria Ragland. And today, what are you looking for? What are you looking for? The topic, as I said, is confident, savvy, emotional stability. And as we are women of confidence, as we are waking up each and every day, whether we are building in our career, our ministries, whatever that area is that you are navigating into in 2024, I just pray that you do have some emotional stability. But we're gonna talk about that today, so we are moving in the right direction in that emotional stability. And so my next question for you is, have you ever wondered why we put a Band-Aid on an open wound? Have you ever wondered why? Okay, and so let's talk about it a little bit more. And so when we apply to the open wound of the skin and tissue, we expect what? Think about that open wound. Think about when you apply that Band-Aid on the open wound of the skin or the tissue, we expect what? We expect it to heal. The truth is, the bandage is only helping to keep it clean, or is it helping to prevent other dirty particles from entering into the wound? It's only a covering of the wound, not the heal. It's not healing the wound. Okay, it's not healing the wound. It's a temporary. Somebody say temporary. It's a temporary solution that does not deal with the cause of the problem. Okay, it doesn't deal with the cause of the problem. I want you to stay with me. That leads me to the open wound of the heart. Okay, that's going to take us to our next slide. That leads me to the open wound of the heart. What about the open wound of our heart? And I'm going to slow down as we are going through this because I want you to process it. Remember, we're talking about confidence, savvy, emotional stability. How does this play a role and factor in our mood? How we execute our day-to-day interactions within ourselves, within yourself, within others. In the open wounds of our heart, we do not just want a covering solution, right? We don't want just a covering solution. We want a healing solution. And as we're going through this, I also want you to be reminded of the title of this conference, The Wild Women, The Wild Woman. So we have to not only walk in confidence, we're not only confidence savvy, but we must have emotional stability. So going back to the heart, the issues of our heart, we do not just want a covering solution, but we want a healing solution. In the healing solution, it starts in the mind. It's the mindset. The mindset of confidence that there is a healing solution. The mindset of emotional stability to keep your dream alive beyond all obstacles. Beyond all obstacles, because we know that obstacles will come each and every day of our life. Again, we are confidence savvy and we want to deal with the issues of the heart. We want to be emotionally stable as we continue to walk the walk and talk the talk. Okay? And so we're going to move on. And so I want you, again, don't hesitate to comment, to like, to love, to share, because we are the wild women, right? And so confidence savvy, emotional stability. I want you to continue to keep the dream alive. Keep the dream alive, okay? Keep walking it out. To keep the dream alive beyond all obstacles, have an understanding. Remaining stuck or stagnant in the unknown is not moving. You got to keep moving. As a purpose coach, I stress that. Moving. We got to keep moving. Remaining still, remaining stuck, remaining stagnant is not moving. But moving in the unknown is a move of faith. We don't always see the full picture. So that's why we have to continue to walk by faith and not by sight. Move a move of faith that move mountains. Moving mountains of fear. Moving mountains of doubt and unbelief that awakens the confident and the savvy you. Yes, I say you. Speak to yourself. I am the woman of confidence. I'm the confident, savvy type of woman. Strong and confident. But remember, as we are strong and confident, we also must have some emotional stability. Okay? Emotional stability. So we're going to talk more about our emotional stability. Keeping the dream alive. It's possible to continue to keep your dream alive. Okay? So I hope y'all are staying with me at this point. How do you develop an internal locus of control and feel empowered about your life? That's a very good question. So we're going to slow down. We're going to talk a little bit about emotional stability, and we're going to talk about develop a bias towards action. If you feel like your life is out of your control, you're unlikely to take an action because you don't believe it will make a difference. You have a bias towards inaction. So in order to overcome this, you can begin taking action and seeing what happens. Doing this over time shows yourself that you have more influence over your life than you thought. You develop a bias towards action, meaning you believe you're the type of person who takes action to influence their own life. This, in return, develops your internal locus of control and makes you feel empowered to direct your own life. It gives you confidence. Okay? It gives you confidence. So we're going to move on. Now, I'm sure you have heard this before. You have heard the growth mindset and the fixed mindset. Now, side note from other materials that you may have seen or heard when it comes to the books on mindset, and some psychologies talk about the success of different things that will happen when it comes to the growth mindset versus the fixed mindset. And one of the books that I know that I have came across by research is Stanford researcher and PhD. So it describes the two types of mindsets. The first is the fixed mindset. People with a fixed mindset believe that qualities like intelligence, leadership, and talent are fixed according to the fixed mindset. We're all born with all the talent or a smart we're ever going to get. And that determines how much success we'll be able to enjoy in life. In fact, people with a fixed mindset believe that talent is more important than effort in creating success. That second mindset is growth mindset. And growth mindset is what you need in business. A growth mindset is a belief that our skills and abilities can be developed with hard and dedication, with hard work and dedication. Okay? So we're talking about the growth mindset. We're talking about the fixed mindset. Okay? So growth mindset people develop resilience and a love of learning because they believe that with hard work, they can get better at almost anything. So as we are talking about this, I would like for you to ask yourself exactly where you find yourself. How would you feel if? So we're going to talk a little bit about, the different ways of looking at things. Okay, so where do you find yourself? Okay, how would you react in certain situations? And so how would you feel if? This is a question. So again, I would like for you to comment, kind of participate, or maybe if you don't want to comment, just kind of jot some notes down. So how would you feel if you imagine yourself having a terrible day? I want you to imagine yourself having a terrible day. One, you spill coffee on your shirt. You spill coffee on your shirt on the way to work. You got a parking ticket on your lunch break, and your boss recommended you for publishing a document with several major errors. How would you react? How would you react? Keep track of your A's, and I want you to keep track of your B's, okay? 2, if I told you that your intelligence, like an IQ, is something about you that you can't change, would you? And I should have some, I have some A's and B's here for you. I apologize, I didn't have that pull up, but I have some A's and B's. So from the number one question, you'll feel bad about yourself for being clumsy, unintelligent, and unlucky. Okay? You accept that it is just what it is. That's how life goes. That would be A. This is back to number 1, the A and the B, because I told you to keep track of your A and keep track of your B. Okay? So your reaction for number 1 is either going to be A or B. So I gave you A. So B, you'll be upset, but you'll be thinking about how you should probably use a better travel mug, be more careful when you park, and double check your work. Would you respond with A or would you respond with B? Okay? And so on number 2, let's go back to number 2. How would you react if I told you that your intelligence, like an IQ score, is something about you that you can't change? Would you agree? That's A. Or B, would you disagree? Okay? All right. And so as we move on, we're going to go to number 3. If I told you that talents are something you are born with, that's number 3, would you agree? That's A. Or would you B? Would you disagree? So as I told you to keep up with your A's and your B's. So did you answer mostly A's or B's? And this is a little short exercise. due to our timing, I didn't want to make it too lengthy, but this is a short exercise, and this is something that we can further work through and talk about. But before we dive into this, what all this means, the number one most important thing you need to know about it is, if you don't already have this mindset, you can learn it. This core belief system is called the growth mindset, and the opposite way of viewing the world is called the fixed mindset. Okay? And so listen, if you answer all B's, you have a growth mindset. If you answer all B's. If you answer some A's, that's okay. It's okay. Because your answer to those questions will be very different by the time you finish with me today. Okay? So growth mindset, fixed mindset. Okay? We're talking about growth mindset, fixed mindset. Where do you find yourself at this point? Let me go back. Okay, before we get ahead of ourselves. Okay. So let's remind ourselves, we are confident women, and we dealing with emotional stability. We're talking about right now, we're talking about the growth mindset. The growth mindset is a belief that your basic qualities, including intelligence and talent can be cultivated through effort. Okay? This means that while people may be innately different with certain aptitudes and temperaments, all aspects of a person's ability and personality can be changed, regardless of where your set point is. Okay? All right. Now let's talk a little bit more about this fixed mindset. Okay? So the fixed mindset, on the other hand, is a belief that these same characteristics are fixed at birth or become locked in by a certain age. If you feel like at least part of you believes that intelligence and talents are fixed, you are not alone. Okay, you're not alone. Most people, especially in the Western world, believe this because our culture teaches us that is true. So, it's not your fault. It's not. Emphasis is put on testing us to determine our intelligence, such as taking an IQ test or being graded. No one stops to think that a single test taken on a certain day at a certain age cannot possibly predict how well you would do on the test years later. Okay? So after learning more, or when you're in a better mood, but we're taught that these tests identify what we have, what we know, and that pretty much sometimes keep us stuck. It gives us it locks us in of our ability of growing and learning, and makes us feel like, that test makes us feel like we're stuck here. That limited mindset. I just can't. I just can't. I can't comprehend it. Can't gather my thoughts. All the excuses in the world, all the negativity in the world, just because of a test. Okay? So let's move on. So let me ask you a question. As my baby says here, Can we guess your natural talent? What is your natural talent? We also live in a culture that is obsessed with natural talent. How many of y'all say, oh, I can do that with my eyes closed? I can sing with my eyes closed. I can teach with my eyes closed. I can, what is that? What is that natural talent that you like? Oh, that's easy. I can do that in my sleep. I think we all have done that, and we all have been there. There's a couple of things probably as a mother. That's probably some things that I can say that, oh, I can do that in my sleep. Right? There's only two problems with this. One, the people who work hard to develop their abilities far out win the naturals in the long run. Two, if being a natural is so important, it actually discourages the effort it takes for those who have to work at it. And that's exactly what happens. Right? So think about that. You may think, you may have your own perspective on it. But just think about those that may be around you. You may be there already. You may have perfected that skill. You may be able to do that thing in your sleep. But what about those it didn't come natural to them? They trying to become better. They're trying to become a better version of themselves each and every day. Us who may have perfected a skill or perfected a talent and have a natural talent, we must be open to help the next person that's learning it, that's working hard to get there. Okay, so I want you to keep that in mind, because I know for me, it's a testimony for me as I'm working hard to reach a certain level in my career, as I'm working hard to reach a certain level in where I am today as an author, as a coach and workshop facilitator, as I'm developing events. There may be some people that's already have perfected the strategy, have perfected the skill. But I thank God for those people who have an open book, who's willing to come alongside of me and help me. And so as women of wow, of the word, of wealth, of warfare, we understand the obstacles that comes our way. So be open to be a helper. Even, be open to be a helper. Be open as we are confident women. Just being patient, being humble with your sister in Christ, being humble with those who are coming up under you or behind you, right? And so we're going to continue to talk about people with a fixed mindset, okay? Because I know we on time, and I want to kind of keep going. We're going to talk about believe the people with fixed mindset believe they're already. I'm sorry, let me go back. Believe they always have the same level of talent, regardless of how much effort they put in. They either got it or they don't. Because of this, they spend a lot of effort trying to prove their abilities and intelligence. They want to look smart. Listen, we all have either been in this place or we know people who are this way. They just don't want to be proven wrong. They want to always look smart. Okay? If a fixed mindset individual not immediately good at something, they stop doing it. This is because they're in a constant quest to prove that they are talented or intelligent. To a fixed mindset person, effort is a bad thing. I wonder why. Effort is a bad thing. Okay, let's keep moving. Now, I want you to be honest with yourself as we are going through this. if you have found yourself in one of these categories. Okay? So, when we talk about having to work hard at something is a signal that you're not a natural talent or that you're not of high intelligence. Okay? So I want you, it's some pros and cons here. So I want you to, we're going to walk through this, because that only means that we're dealing with our emotional stability. It only means that we're being truthful in where we are. Are we teachable? Are we not teachable? If you wonder why you're stuck in a place, some of this can help you realize, okay, I'm stuck here because I can't grow because. And it helps you to evaluate. One of the things I like to do as I ask questions is I like to prompt these thoughts where people can search the deepest things that's within. It can help prompt you and ask questions that you have never really thought about to get you unstuck. Or even have a different perspective and do things a little different. That can help not only you, but the people around you. Okay? So high intelligence. So as I was saying, having to work hard at something is a signal that you're not a natural talent or that you're not of high intelligence, because if you were, you wouldn't have to try as a result. They don't challenge themselves. They don't like trying new things. And so they never develop their potential. Maybe if you are that individual, there's more. There may be more for you, but you can't get to that more because you don't want to work harder. You want to stay in a natural place. The stuff that come easy to you. Let's put it like that. The stuff that come easy to you. The stuff that don't challenge. Like, I'm in a place right now with my career. And because I was once before at a place for 14 years, I was comfortable. I knew certain things like the back of my hand. But now that I'm being more challenged, it made me wiggle. It made me, think harder. Research. It makes me do a lot more. But guess what? That only shows that there's a lot more potential because I'm now being challenged and I'm open. I have an open mind for more. And this open mind, because I have positioned myself not to stay stuck, not to stay stagnant, but to be teachable, open-minded, humble, is opening up more doors for me. Doors to now that I'm, the expert in certain areas of my career, it's opening up doors for me to speak. It's opening up doors for me to become an adjunct professor. It's opening up doors. So again, my point here, and we're going to move on. My point here is don't, I guess it's pros and cons to a fixed mindset, but allow yourself to grow. Be challenged in new areas. Work a little harder. If something has become sweatless to you, easy to you, learn something new. Learn something new. So the person that's working hard to get where you are, they'll have an opportunity to now be in your seat, now be in your position, and you can train them while you're learning something new, right? Tell me, talk to me, y'all. Y'all help me to know that I'm not alone and that you understand where I'm coming from with talking about the fixed mindset. Okay, so when we're talking about, we still on fixed mindset, negative stuff, fixed mindset. They trap you, I think, and already a little, but trap reaching only as far as their current abilities can take them. They trapped. A fixed mindset person is trapped reaching only as far as their current abilities can take them. They are trapped because of failure is devastating. Puts you in a place of embarrassment. It means they are a failure. You don't want to be looked at as a failure. You want to be looked at as always perfect. You want to be looked at as always right. And because they don't want to have to take an identity as a failure. Negatives of a fixed mindset. They often blaming others or the outside world. Have you ever been around those type of people? It's okay to take, to say, okay, I wasn't right. I'm not right. But fixed mindset people find joy in being the best or being judged as talent or smart. Yes, we're confident. We are confident savvy. But we're talking about emotional stability. We have areas to grow. We are women of worth. In order to continue to be worthy, think about it. Think about it. Okay, growth mindset people. Okay, we're moving right along. Growth mindset people see the world very differently. They believe that the more effort they put into something, whether it's practicing or learning, the better they become. I think I find myself there. It's a continuous work. I remember I used to find myself, in places of being stuck, of not even moving, not doing anything. And that's as a burnout coach, I also talk about goal setting, taking those little bitty small steps, but you're not stuck. You do a little bit today, you do a little bit tomorrow, you do a little bit this week, you do a little bit next week. Strategy, creating strategies. You on the best platform today with Dr. Durante, strategic, because guess what? This woman is full of strategies. Strategies in every personally, when it comes to professional. And we as women collaborating, we understand it's a continuous growth. Never get to a place where you feel like you just know it all. It's a continuous growth. Okay. So let's move on. If there's not, if we own growth mindset now, if you're not good at something, they see it as a sign that they have to work harder. They have a little need to prove they are talented or intelligent, and instead are on a never-ending quest to continue to grow. Growth mindset people. Okay? How hard someone tries is how they measure the value. They enjoy challenges and see them as an opportunity to learn something and expand their boundaries. Growth mindset people. They may not like failing, but they don't ever believe they are failures. I mean, you see yourself there. We always continue to grow. We keep trying. Okay? We don't like failing. But we never put ourselves in a position where we feel like a failure. Okay, growth mindset people, they see failure as a learning experience. Growth mindset people find joy in progress and in learning. Growth mindset people, we growing. Keep growing. Okay, so girl, it's your time. Step into your power. That's my word, power. The power moves her. So yes, girl, it's your time, okay? So as we talk about confidence savvy, yes, we confident, and we also are emotionally stable. Honesty about who you are, truth about who you are is important. Evaluating where you are, whether you're stuck, whether you're moving, whether you developing, if you're not developing, if you're not receiving the results that you expect to receive, you might want to stop and process. Ask yourself some questions, okay? So a quick recap. Keep your dream alive beyond all measures, behind all obstacles. Keep your dream alive. Have an understanding. Remaining stuck or stagnant in the unknown is not moving. How are you going to get yourself out of this unknown is the first question you're going to ask yourself. Remaining stuck or stagnant in the unknown is not moving. Knowledge is power, okay? The lack of knowledge is what's really keeping us stuck. The lack of knowledge, or you just got that fixed mindset. Don't want to be seen as a failure. Too smart. You know it all. Not teachable. Not humble. You got a whole nother level, a whole nother dimension, a whole nother territory that's ready for you. Because you in this unknown, you can't get there. Keep moving. But moving in the unknown is, a lot of times another part of the unknown. Again, when we're moving, we may not always see the full picture. It's a move of faith. It's the difference when you stuck and you stagnant in the unknown and not moving versus moving in the unknown. But you're moving by faith. You walking by faith and not by sight. Because there's a greater dimension, there's a greater territory. This faith that you're moving on is a faith that's moving mountains. This faith that you're moving on is a faith that's moving mountains of fear, doubt, unbelief, that awakens the confident. And guess what? The savvy you. Yes, I said the savvy you. Girl, it's your time. Step into your power. Okay? Recap. The healing solution. Remember we talked about the Band-Aid at the beginning of the presentation. We talked about the heart at the beginning of the presentation. We talked about what does that Band-Aid do? It's a covering, but it's not the healing solution. Right? We're talking about the healing solution. It starts in the mindset. The mindset of confidence is that there is a healing solution. There's a healing solution. In the healing solution, one is to develop the internal locus of control and feel empowered about your life. To develop a bias towards action. Remember, we talked about that at the beginning of the presentation. We talked about that. To develop a bias towards action. This begins by taking action and seeing what happens. Take action and see what happens. Doing this over time shows yourself that you have more influence over your life than you thought. Okay? 3, the mindset of emotional stability is to keep your dream alive beyond all obstacles. I know you have heard that word more than once, beyond all obstacles. Keep your dream alive. But guess what? I say this often as well. I even tell myself this. We can dream You continue to keep your dream alive, but what is it if it's just a dream and you're not moving on it? How are you keeping your dream alive? What are you doing to keep your dream alive in becoming? When you're becoming something, as you're becoming, how you becoming? How you growing? How you developing? How you maturing? How you breaking that lack of confidence? How you breaking that lack of fear? So, after today, I don't want you to shrink back. You need a continuous fuel. Keep your flame. Yes, girl. It's your time. Step into your power. Because you are the attendee and you have invested in the move. If you are part of this wow moment, you have invested in the move. We have the next move at a discounted rate of $97 from a regular price for the 3-week empowerment online training of $397. Okay. And to be honest, yes, it is discounted at a rate of $97. And so I ask that you work with me so we can continue, so I can be the accountability partner for you as a faith purpose coach and a burnout coach. As a faith purpose coach, we walking in faith, we moving in faith, we creating strategies and implementing principles, we setting goals. Because yes, a lot of time we get overwhelmed with a thing because we're trying to see the full picture, but we have to learn how to break those things, break those goals down so we don't get stuck. Also, dealing with the mindset. Why we can't reach a result, or why we can't obtain a thing or keep a thing. Let's see where you are with your mindset. Are you your fixed mindset? What mindset category are you working in, or category that you find yourself in? Okay, and so as I talked about the discount, because you are part of this movement, and I want to make sure that you are moving, and I want to make sure that you are operating in your power. Because yes, girl, it's your time. Walk into your power. Because you are confident, and we do have emotional stability. But we have to be honest with ourselves where we are. We got to break some, maybe break some habits. But we got to reposition ourselves. If you find yourself stuck, you find yourself stagnant. Okay? So what's included in the objective? You gain clarity. You take position to accept the hardest task. Develop your inner strength. A strength that keeps you going. I emphasize all the time, going, moving, becoming. To become anything, we got to keep working. Don't stay stuck. As we talked about, even with the fixed mindset, we don't want to work hard. We get to a place, I can do this in my sleep. I don't want to be seen as a failure. I don't want to be seen. That's okay. Perfect the thing and move on. Learn something new. Help the next person that's coming behind you. That person that's working hard to get where you are. To know what you know. Okay, so in this training, in the professional empowerment training that's been discounted today for $97, week 1, we will talk about the power assessment, identifying your strengths, cultivating the plan and execute to the fullest. We're going to execute that plan after we create that plan. Week 2, positioning power, creating strategies on managing high job expectations and how to work under pressure. It's the pressure, y'all. It's the pressure. It's the challenge. It's the challenge. But we can get there with a strong strategy every day. In my job today, I'm telling you, I asked for the challenge. God gave me the challenge. But it comes with a strategy. I can't do that thing with my eyes closed. I ain't there yet. Strategy. Managing high job expectations. How to work under pressure. Week 3, influential power. How to communicate your needs. If that's very important, whether it's in your profession or your business. Communicate your needs and how to. Sometimes we don't even know how to communicate the need, but that's okay. We can learn it. It's a learning. It's a learning. Forever learning how to communicate, how to ask for what you need. Do you even know what you need? It comes with a strategy, and creating the strategy helps you to identify what you need. Brings also clarity. So we're talking about week 1, power assessment, positioning power, influential power. Okay? Work with me. Author, coach, workshop facilitator, Keiaundria Ragland. Okay? And so how you can go forward is a $50 deposit with the PayPal link that is here on the screen, and we will make sure that we also put it in the comments, so you can obtain your discount. Okay, so you can either go directly to the bit.ly professional empowerment link and pay the full price. Okay, or you can go to the PayPal link. Again, I will post this. We will put this PayPal link in the comments, so you can go ahead and secure your discount. Okay. Let me see. I might be able to grab it really quick and go ahead and put it in the comments here. Let's see if it'll let me. Yes, I think it did let me. So go ahead and click on that link. Go ahead and click on that link. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And if you all, I thank you for your time today. I really do thank you for your time today. And I hope you learned something. I hope you was able to walk away. I hope you was able to walk away with something from this presentation. Because again, my biggest thing that I want to stress is, yes, we are confident women, and we have to have some emotional stability. We have to identify, don't just cover up a wound. Don't, we want to walk in healing. We want to also make sure that we're moving continuously. So with a growth mindset, whether you find yourself in the fixed mindset or the growth mindset, we all have work to do. But I do not want this to be the last time that we have an encounter. I'm expecting to see you on the other side. You also have my information on how to follow me on Facebook, She's Purpose Key. Okay, LinkedIn, author and coach Keiaundria Ragland. And you can also go to my website at you hear that word, learn.shespurposekey.subscription.org. There is so much more for us to do. And I thank you for joining the WOW, Women of Word, Worship, Worth, Wealth, and Warfare, hosted by Dr. Duran Shea, Kingdom Strategic.
Thank you for a very powerful and enlightening conversation. I'm trying to get over here with you. So listen, she just offered you. Can you put up your program for me again?
Yes.
3-week professional empowerment a program with She's Purpose Key coaching, right? For power assessment, positioning power, managing high job expectation, and how to work under pressure, and how to move in your influential power. Because, girl, you are wow. You are a whole experience. Listen, you are an entire experience that people need to be exposed to. One moment. Let me that people need to be exposed to, right, in the fullness thereof, right? And so here we are all about having those spaces of opportunity to help you grow, right, in your personal, professional, and spiritual endeavorment. So this professional empowerment 3-week coaching program is here to help you gain clarity, take position, to accept, right, those tasks that's hard, to help you overcome hurdles and challenges within your life that's keeping you in the place that is stagnated, right? So it's going to help you break past those barriers that's necessary so that you can move to the next realm and the things that God has called forth in your life. It's here to expose your inner strength, to bring out the greater within you so that the world can experience you in a greater dimension than you have ever, right? That they have ever known you. So make sure you get on over. And listen, this is the thing, because you're part of the wow experience, right? You get a discount. Listen, $397 is the original price, right?
Yes, yes. Let me pull it up. Yes, it is.
Yeah,
The
397 is the original price.
397 is the original.
But
Okay.
you're getting it. But you're getting it just because you're part of the community. Just because you're right here, right now, listening to this message, you're getting it for only $97. Right? You can take those other 300 and invest it in your business or invest it in your ministry, right? Leaving you with some change, but you get the same level of professionalism to help take you to places, right? The places that you've been dreaming about, the places, oh God, the places that you've been dreaming about, the places that you've been desiring to access, but you have not yet been able to find your space or get a grip on how you're able to do it. She's ready to help bring you to that space. So, sis, as she have said, it's your time. And the way you're going to get there, right? So that it's your time. It's time for you to step into your power. You got to learn how to invest in you university. And so all I'm saying is invest in you university so that you can become the better version of you, so that you can move in spaces and navigate in realms that you have never navigated in before. Operating in that higher calling. You know how Apostle Paul says, I push toward the higher mark, right?
Mm.
I push toward the higher mark. So not only you have to push toward the higher mark, right? Many times, and listen, we all need coaches. We all need people in our space, coaches and mentors and teachers and things of that nature to help stretch us and expand our territory. When our territory has been expanded and stretched, it brings forth a greater capacity within ourselves, and it brings out the greater on the inside of us, and you're able to do so much more better. So listen, go ahead and invest in your university for only $97. Take the other 300, and you can even do this because see, she majored on self-care. Take $100 of it, go do something for yourself. Take the other 200, invest in the business, right? So technically, all of it really comes back into you to help you, right, emerge in a greater capacity than you've ever done before. So you guys go ahead, for those that you know, hey, I need this, and get it while it's $97. That's all I'm saying.
Yes,
While
yes,
$97,
yes.
because it's only because of, listen, you're right here, right now, for such a time as.
And I put the link in the $97 in the comment. And listen, I mean, listen, there's two ways you can do it. There's the if you, I mean, you might be a couple of dollars short. I put the PayPal link there too. That's $50 deposit just to hold your space, okay? Because only this is only for, I think I said it for only 10 days, you know. But I really would like for you to secure your space for $50, okay? Because it is limited seating. But because of this experience today with Dr. Deranche, I definitely want you to get your seat, secure your seat.
Awesome. Listen, you get the sister girl discount. So sister girlfriend discount, okay?
And if you have any problems or need to further communicate, again, I just got to talking about communication. Don't hesitate to email me, or just my email. I don't think I put my email there, but life at a glance book, that's with the S, at gmail.com.
Listen, because she's here to definitely help and work with you. And listen, there's other collaborative opportunities that we've definitely partaken. But right now, we want you to go ahead and get into your professional empowerment program, right? So that you get advanced in the places and areas that God has called for your life. So listen, with that being said, dynamic people of God, you can go ahead and take it off the screen, Key. Right, like listen, with that being said, listen, that's my friend. So we can communicate with each other.
I learned from the best. I learned from the best.
Right. So we can communicate. Listen, in that space from that way, man, I'm telling you, my sister, listen, long way, long way, long way. I'm so proud of you. I really am. I really am. So, but listen, we're going to go this evening. Y'all can come and hang out with us at the faith table, right? You have any questions? Listen, we can definitely answer them there as well. So, listen, the link is put out for those who are on social as well. You should have the links within the comment section. You want to get in on this amazing opportunity. It's only available for 10 days. How many slots you have available?
10.
10 slots, 10 days. Hurry up, secure your seat. Either full payment or do a deposit so that you can make sure you're in the room for your empowerment, professional empowerment sessions. Because guess what? You are a wow woman. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow for some other amazing sessions by some more phenomenal people of God for such a time as this in this I Am Her International USA experience. Sis, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you
Empowering
for
you.
inviting me to be a part of this awesome experience with you awesome women of God. Even the men, I know it's the men in the house, but listen, we just thank God for this opportunity. And you all have a blessed morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are
Around this world. Okay, you guys, we'll see you on tomorrow at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In Jesus' name, amen.